Okie dokie. After masking a lot of these parts, and a lot, I'm going to start painting it using Xeon MS Gray. And then we'll see where we go from there. I might have to do another layer of paint. I don't know. First up, I'm going to be painting this guy right here. And you may have noticed something. The tape is a little different. I purchased this ream of masking tape on Wish for about, I believe, $2 or $3. And I'm glad I had that because of the Tamiya tape. That is this one, the 18, I think the 18 millimeter one. I'm out. I am literally out of masking tape. So when I showed you that last video, I had one last strip, and I was like, oh crap, I have no more masking tape. Luckily I have this, so I may end up painting what I have already masked, removing the masking tape, and then applying it to the other parts that needs it. So yeah, I didn't realize it. So that's actually in the list of things that I definitely need to buy. But using this one, this is a little thicker, which is surprising, but let's see how well it works. Alright. Oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. I forget something. I'm hoping that, we'll see some sales coming up in the next week or so. Especially the big sale that usually comes out in the after Thanksgiving. We will talk about that when the time comes. Alright, we'll just put that over here. And this part here. Okay. Some of the white parts here. This is the little part. Let me zoom in a bit so you guys can see this. I'm going to put my finger there. I know I'm trying to save on masking tape, but the last thing I want is to overspray in an area that you don't want to paint. So just a little bit. There. That should be enough. This one's nicely covered. Yeah, that's good. We got this one here. Done. This one I had to redo a bit because I forgot that everything was all like in an angle. Make sure that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry. Then there's some bigger parts here like this. I'll put the masking tape on this. I saw someone's work on this. He did black with silver, gray with different type of platinum. It was really nice how he did that. I don't want to copy that person's work of art, but it was really nice to see that. Alright, so I gotta grab the other side here. Ah! Hopefully I didn't ruin it. Alright. Ooh. See? Put a finger there. That's good. You also have these, which almost, when you look at it, it almost looks like weapons of their own. Which is kind of neat when you see that. Alright. Alright, now I've got a few others here. Alright. Actually, we'll just pull out a few here, that's all. Because, again, I have some parts that I need to redo with the masking tape. Like this one, alright, I look how little masking tape I use. And I don't want to spray too much. God, I'm afraid I'm going to do the old, I'm going to do this. There we go. Hopefully that worked. This one's okay. Just gotta, Alright, so I still have some few to work with. Some parts that needs the masking, and of course needs painting, of course. And then once I'm done, I will remove the masking tape, work on the other parts, especially the inner frame, which the one thing that I want to really detail up. This is going to take a little time, so I maybe another day off or so, if I can. But once it's done, we'll review all the parts. Here it is. All the parts fully displayed. I'm done. I think. Maybe. I have no idea. First thing, let's talk about the gun that I actually put together, because I thought it was the coolest thing, putting this together. And I could have easily done it in a separate video, but I couldn't help myself. So check this out. Doing 3 layers of color here. The white, which matches all that. The separations here for the detail. It's so very subtle. This part here, this part there, that part there. There's metallic here and here, which I did not use any of my gun level parts or anything like that. In reality, where the heck is it? I put it to the side here. That's okay. I don't have it here, but that's okay. I used one of the one of the Meg Ammo paints, one of the acrylics, And I painted the inside here and here, and painted this as well, acrylic gunmetal, so that way I can well, I thought I can, but I guess not. There we go. There we go. Ooh, I must have missed something here. That's okay. I'll get back to that. No big deal. But there's the gun right here. But it's in all due fairness, I really like this gun, how it looks. Far better than the original gun that was on the original 1/100 scale kit. Good detail. Excellent. I really like it. So that's cool. That is real cool to see this firsthand. Put that here. So actually I'm going to put on the open hands. And I don't know if I have enough lighting here, so let me just readjust the lamps. There we go. And we'll just put this guy back into his perfect self. So I did spray paint the inner part of the inner frame, the joints, and I used MG Ammo's steel on this for the joints here and here. Didn't do this one, considering it's going to be covered up, so I didn't see myself doing it. I'm not doing the goals for this. This is ridiculous. I think that's a dumb thing. I'm sorry to say that. Some people will probably say, oh, it's amazing, that gold part. No, I don't care. It's my kit. But there's a layer of the gray and this Titan's blue one. But of course I painted all this metallic here on the umbilicals, on the back arms here, and of this, and back here, and this section here. I could have easily done the vents steel, but I kind of said no. It didn't feel appropriate for me. Ooh. But everything falls into place nice for this guy. And I'm reviewing all the parts. Now, as I showed, I did mask off parts. I painted it, and I'm sorry I didn't record it and show it off. I thought maybe myself, just do it and get it over with. Because I've also, since I ran out of masking tape, I had to take the layer of masking tape and put it say I did which one was it as an example, like this guy right here. So I put masking tape around this to paint this part, right, as you could see. And what I did was, after it dried, I removed the masking tape in its format and I applied it onto the next part, and then resprayed painted again. So I had a template for that. So I did that for this part. I did it for these two guys right here. This part here, and that part back here. Didn't do this one. Didn't think needed it. This one I did as well for this on the other side as well. I thought about this one, but it's going to be the marker. I did ran into a problem, and it's this guy right here, which now I just reminded myself. Hang on a second. Now I forgot. Oh God, where's my glasses? There we go. I am going blind in the service of model building. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see this. I spray painted the inside of these, and I actually covered, but what happened was I messed up with one, and I messed up where I had to cover these. I'm removing it, and then I had to respray painted white again, but it lost a little bit of the shading, which quite frankly, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Yeah, so far the only thing that looks pretty good with the pre-shading is the reds, and then on some parts. Some parts that I painted the other color, this Gundam color white, and of course this one. And as much as I could see it's a significant difference, but pre-shading effect negates that. It almost seems identical, which I'm kind of like, alright, what do I do now? If I would have painted the parts like a darker tone color, like black, and spray painted this color, and then the other parts like gray, and then this color, then there would have been a significant difference. But then, of course, then eliminates the pre-shading. So those were, you know, minor issues, minor mistakes, you could say. Not complete mistakes, but overall, I could say I missed my mark on that. The yellow tones came out really nice in the way it looks. I didn't spray paint the little parts here for this, for the what do you call it, the hydraulics, because they're all, you know, that same color. So I'm going to begin putting them on. I spray painted the here's the of course the hammer mace, which, I mean the hammer, or the mace, I think it is. And there is this two-tone color tone, so once it's assembled we'll see it overall, what it looks. The blue, alright, a nice tone, good. Whoa, what did I see? Alright, there's a little scarring there. Hold on a second. Alright, there's a little scarring there that I have not seen before. It's not like a scar, like a scratch scar, but if you look at it closely, it looks like a paint scar type thing. This is a retouch up, so it's not a big deal. It's not a complete utter loss. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Somebody asked me a question, and it was actually posted to me on Instagram, and I would like to take the opportunity to reply to that question. Just give me a few moments here, because I actually posted one of the pictures from yesterday, day before yesterday, which was basically this guy right here. And the question was, I got a question for you. Does the paint chip off on the joints even when you top coat it when you move the parts? Alright, so I'm going to say no. But when I paint the parts, I actually make every effort to open up the joint areas so I can allow paint to flow in, and then that way there's nothing sticking to it. And then once I find it's been properly painted and top coated or whatever, then I'll you know, crush it, I'll squeeze it in so that way it can move. And then I move the parts to make sure that it's flexible, that there's nothing there. It's the actual joints, like where the peg goes into the hole, those are the ones that move a lot, but they don't rub against the part. Bandai really figured it out where it's like so it's close but not close enough to start grinding the actual part itself. That's why you have good field of motion and all that stuff, right? Like, as you can see, I'm bending this right here, and it's not scarring up the actual inside of the paint. So if you top coat it and you paint it, I don't think you're going to have a problem. And is that right? I think I made a mistake on this one. I'll figure it out in a minute. So it all depends on the paint. Acrylic, you're not going to have any problem. Lacquer, I've never had any issues, knock on wood. I can't speak for enamel, but you're also going to remember how much spray painting you put on the part compared to how close the joints are. If you begin spray painting a tremendous amount of paint to the point where it starts to like like you see a little bit of oversaturating. You got to remember that thing is going to settle, and if it doesn't settle evenly, it'll go into cracks and it will stick. So just make sure you do, like I do light passes, just very light passes, review, and if you make a mistake, obviously you got to fix them. But I've never come across where I top coated my kit and the paint's ever chipped. I don't think I ever heard anybody saying that paint's chipped through the joints. I've had one experience, and it's not that the paint chipped, but it made the part stick so hard that when you try to move it, it actually broke the part off, and that was my master grade Victory Gundam, which I don't want to remember. I don't want to recall that kit ever again. But yes, the master grade Victory Gundam has some very, very small joints for the transformation, and if you start painting that, there's a possibility that, you know, it will rub and break and things like that. So it all depends on the kit, it all depends on the size, and it all depends on how much paint you apply. So I'm going to give this credit message to I'm sorry, should have had your name up here just quickly. Scale Modeler Eric. Scale Modeler Eric, thank you for that question. I hope I answered it properly, and I hope you do well in your builds. Okay, with that being said, I think it's about time I start putting this kit together and see how it looks. Don't you guys agree? If you have any questions, please feel to ask, of course, like this gentleman did in my Instagram page and my Facebook page and on this video. But after I do a little touch up here and there, let's put this guy together and see how this kit really looks.